might switch over. Parks should be heading across soon.
What's that?
We should be seeing the Parks guys heading across soon to
the
the
fort?
fort. Yeah.
Is there a tour there today?
Well, there's tours every day, so we always have people across.
Yeah.
There's the turns.
Well, there's another whale sneaking up to the camera.
I need a picture with the whales in the background for my so I can post it.
You'll have to have
Well, just for the
perfect timing there.
Well, just to have something on Instagram.
I'll try, I'll get over this side, and then if we start drifting, it'll be... Sometimes the whales respond with a little tiny calf and 2 juvies in front of us there. They'll want to follow us, and other days we do better if we're just drifting around. They spend more time with the boat. So you'll just stop right up here. Let's see what we get.
Thanks, Sue. My sister just sent me a screenshot from,
Oh, really?
from the above ground.
Oh, lovely.
I guess it's working.
Yeah, we're... That's confirmation we're live.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
Okay, I don't need I'll use that for Instagram. That's all I need is that.
Yeah.
There we go. Problem solved.
Yeah. Thank goodness for sisters. Chris's post. Thanks, Chris. Okay, wait, what am I doing here?
It's a deep question.
What's that?
That's a deep question.
Save image. There we go. Now we can do Instagram. Tell people to follow. Get back to work, Sue.
Oh, another little calf. We're seeing lots of calves today. I guess maybe it's just true, just like kids. Some of my friends, their kids, they can just go in freezing cold water that I wouldn't dare set foot in, and they'll just hang out in there for hours, no problem. So maybe it's the same with the little belugas, they just run hotter. I guess their metabolisms would be cranking along, so that probably helps, but it just seems crazy that they're the size they are and they're getting ready to start migrating north. We're only, oh man, we're only a few weeks away. It's sad.
Starting to see shrubs, like starting to see colors coming in.
Yeah.
The cranberries are starting to ripen.
Yeah, there's already blueberries too.
I have tons of blueberries.
Oh.
The one thing I'm pumped for is, I think I was talking about it with Heather from Parks, is the tamaracks. We've seen loads of them, but I haven't seen them in the fall, and she explained them. They sound like they're going to be unreal to see once they start to turn. Oh, there we go.
There's some gooseberries over by the kiosk there, the white building.
Do you like gooseberries?
Yeah, but they're huge. They're like Concord grapes.
Really?
Absolutely massive, and they taste like the grapes too.
Hey, is the hashtag
Ridiculous.
Polar Bears International?
Yeah, I think so. That's one of them.
Okay, and a hashtag explore.org. Oh, at explore.org, right? That's what happens when you get a marketer on the boat.
Yeah.
What's the hashtag? Okay,
See, like we've already drifting by that buoy. We're cruising.
There we go.
So they're stopping by. We got one under the boat behind me, and we got one at the cam right now, checking it out.
We do.
So they are hanging out with us right now. It's just a little murky is all.
Oh.
Hi guys.
Yeah, they're there.
There they are.
So maybe today for the first bit at least, we'll drift down a little further, and then we'll cruise back upstream and drift, and we'll try that approach. We just chatting. It's fine. Yeah.
Just leave
It's,
it on.
people sometimes just at home, I know they can hear it kind of faintly through my mic, so then they might get wondering what we're talking about and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just hold it here then. Sort of equidistant there.
Got a few adults up there just surfaced. They just went down. There's a few around.
We just passed that buoy like all of 2 minutes ago.
I know, it's moving.
Yeah, the tide's coming in strong today.
Yeah. What's the tide supposed to be? Like how high, do you know?
I'm not sure. I haven't.
I think the highest was 4.8, wasn't it?
Since yeah, we're back at pretty high tides. I just look at the schedules now to look when high tide is. I don't.
You don't look at the height?
No, I haven't been. Yeah.
It's on that app.
There's an app for it? I didn't even know.
You're from here, you're supposed to know that.
We just have a printout.
Hang on.
We just use that.
Hang on.
Okay. There's blowing bubbles. I guess there is an app for everything.
It's neat because it's got a little red dot that shows you where you're at right now.
Oh yeah,
Tide
that's
chart for Churchill. There we go.
that's what they have online too. It's the,
Tide-forecast.com for Churchill. Where are we? What day are we? There we go.
With 20
See,
seconds.
it's got a little flashing dot.
Oh. 4.6.
4.6.
Ooh.
so we're
15
almost.
feet. At 8:59. Wait, it is. Yeah, at 8:59. What time is it?
It's
At
about
8:59 a.m.
Yeah.
So that gives you the high, right? High and then low.
Yeah.
You got that one?
High tide
Yeah, that's
today.
the one that if I'm looking at it, yeah, we check, and
Yeah.
then we just have a schedule that we so I know when we head out every day, and
We just
it's
have-
insane. Like same thing, we talk about this all the time, but I'm still just blown away. I mean, you can see the small little narrow opening there, and you get 15 feet of water come in here, and 15 feet of water leave, and then 15 feet
Yeah.
of water come in, and 15 feet, and I mean that changes that number too, but it's such an insane amount of water to just be cruising in and out, and it's tough to explain. And I'm sure like people at home, they same thing, they hear me blabber about it, but just in the boat, it's seriously like driving through molasses or something when you're going against the current.
Yeah.
Just how strong it grabs, and when it's a real calm day and you see all the turbulence from how fast the water's cruising out, it's
Yeah. Well, there is.
We have sun.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
and there's your
Yeah.
Parks boat. I think that's them.
Is it aluminum? Yeah, that's probably them. But yeah, 2 weeks ago or something, we had a wind coming in off the bay, and the tide was, I think it was going out at the time, really strong, and you can see basically standing waves.
Yeah.
You know, because of how strong we're together. It's crazy.
That's what we surfing.
East Ender on here is just asking Jordan how your family ended up in Churchill, or
Oh. Yeah. Well, my mom had some family up here, a sister and a brother and a sister-in-law living up here already. And my dad's a teacher, so there's a teaching position open, and they decided, hey, why not go here? Because you know, the family has been bugging us to come visit them. So
We'll stay for a while.
yeah,
We'll
they
move.
decided, oh yeah, we'll come up to Churchill and we'll live for a year.
Yeah.
You know, just a year
How
though.
many years ago was that?
That was 19 years ago now.
oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the Parks boat. So yeah, that 1 year turned into 5, and then 10, and now 19. My dad's given up on ever moving out, but I think my mom still holds out hope.
Oh yeah, that seems to be the story with so many people in town.
Yeah.
Half the people here aren't actually from Churchill. They're just, oh, I came by to visit, and it's been 6 years. Oh, I stopped by. I was touring through Canada, and now it's been,
Yeah.
11 years or whatever. Everyone's got the stories.
Yeah. I came on a 2-week visit to Churchill 7 years ago. Haven't left yet.
Yeah.
Well, you fall in love.
Yeah.
Sometimes not just with the town.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true. You hear those stories as well. for such a small, remote place, though, like, I mean, there's something here, right? That just goes to show maybe it's worth planning a trip, because if it's drawing in that many people and they just can't get themselves to leave, then...
Yeah, well, a lot of these northern towns tend to just draw people in.
Yeah.
I don't know, something in the air.
Yeah.
You run into people here too. You get all these small world stories.
Yeah.
Like Joss, who's with Sea North Tours. I paddle with her in Winnipeg area. And I saw her, when I first got here, I saw her. I went to give her a big hug. She had a group of, because she does the kayaking tours and stuff, she had a group of people with her, and I ran and gave her, because I was going kayaking, gave her a huge hug. And these people are going, Judy? And they're the principal, my kid's principal from
Oh, really?
from their elementary school, and I still know him and his wife and family really well.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's pretty good.
We get that lots from where I'm from too. My sister's been in Thailand and ran into somebody just in the middle of a busy street, and we've been in like Mexico or like all different places, and it's like, holy crap, and there's somebody, you know. We were in Costa Rica the last time, and it was a girl I went to school with, was in the pool. I was swimming in the pool and she jumped in. I was like, I feel like I know that person. It's really weird.
It's like, how did you get here?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know if they can see it on the camera, but that reef is really kicking up some big waves.
Yeah.
Well, those are like 10-foot waves.
We can get
some of those earlier.
We can get up closer up there too if we want and check it out. Yeah, there's some big ones breaking.
Scary.
It was so we went out. I don't know how many people viewed at home. We turned and we went out to Cape Mary yesterday. And so on the bay side, it died down a little bit once we got off the water, just a little bit, nothing crazy, but it was, the water on the bay side was insane, man.
It was nuts.
Yeah, especially straight out from Cape Mary. It must just be a real shallow patch there, because there's
it is.
huge waves rolling in.
It goes out pretty far at the tide, doesn't it, up there?
Like, it was like a long ways out. And then right behind the complex too, there's ginormous waves crashing on the beach there.
Yeah, that beach gets huge waves. You don't even need much of a wind.
Yeah, it's all to do, I guess, too, like just the tidal flats here. Yeah. It's in some spots we had Keith McDougall out, and he was saying I think it was him saying there's like 5-kilometer tidal flats. Yeah. Where the tide goes out, and you just got to stretch 5K until you hit water again. So it's that gradual, and the waves, all that water coming in hits that, and then you get these big.
Yeah. That's like out by the Ithaca. It's really weird, you know.
That's immediately what I was thinking of too.
You can walk all the way out there, and it's hard to walk, but you gotta really pick your way carefully.
Yeah.
You don't want to be out there and have a bear, like you need a bear monitor.
Oh yeah, especially right now. Seems like someone flipped that switch. We're all of a sudden in bear season.
Yeah.
There was nothing. I've been commenting on that. And now we're just getting like, maybe I can post a picture on my phone on the forum later, but that photo someone sent to me, the bear right out in front of the PBI house. So while we were on the water yesterday, that thing was roaming around town.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, and then
well, at 10 in the morning, that's kind of unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be in the middle, like
that isn't really the time of day that they're active.
Early morning or at night.
Yeah.
We took the dog for a walk last night, and I was just going, okay, like, what's our strategy?
Yeah.
Everywhere I'm going, I'm like, you got to watch all the time.
Yeah. Well, Chris was out with us the other day. I think it was him, and he said they ran into a mom and cub at nighttime, and they had to run back to their hostel and get in the hostel. It's too scary. Like, I've been nervous about it all summer. When you first see the first couple of bears, it's just not worth.
There's been a bear in town every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
And you just don't know where they're at. Like, for how big of an animal they are, they're pretty elusive.
Oh, massive. With their ninjas.
Yeah. Parker was telling me they had one sleeping under a house in town too. There was one taking a nap. So I mean, you just have no idea where they are.
Yeah. Well, I've woken up and you look outside. I look outside my bedroom window and there's a polar bear-shaped imprint in the ground right outside my window. I didn't even know it was there last night. Sleeping all of 10 feet from me.
Yeah. Well, we were. So last year, like when I said I was out in the cabin, we were cutting trail and we were roughly It'd have been 100 to 120 kilometers outside of town, or something like that. And
it's like 80 to 100 around to North Knife.
Oh no, that was just one of the spots we were at. We were closer to South Knife Crossing at this.
Oh, okay, so even further.
We were a little further than that, but we got a fresh skiff of snow, and the night before, Parker and I had been talking about the grizzly bears and black bears and polar bears, and we got this fresh little like half an inch of snow, and we went out to where we were cutting trail where we last left off the day before. There's a big pie-shaped print in the ground. It was one of the polar bears heading into den.
Oh goodness.
And I would have been there early that morning or through the night while it was snowing, and I had no idea that I'd need to be concerned about polar bears when you're 100 and something kilometers out in the middle.
Yeah, when you're inland.
There's been a few dead whales washed up on shore this year.
Yeah, I've heard.
Well, they're saying the mic's a little quiet. Sorry, just the hand mic's a little quiet, but
am I holding it just too far
away?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hold it up then.
Yeah, some of the whales too were also they had the hunters come through town.
Yeah.
So the carcasses were from the hunters, the ones that the whales or the bears are feeding on.
Usually they sink them though, so I don't know what was with this.
They're
How do you sink 'em?
You just
Stone?
yeah. You just
I think
like,
they just
tie
found
it
them on
to
shore because they stripped the muck tuck off and then I guess just left them.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, and then that was, I don't know where that was, in Button maybe, one of them. But
one was like there was a mum and cubs a couple weeks ago. We're feeding on one over here.
Yeah.
we didn't get to see it. It might have been just out of our reach.
It was on the Button Bay side.
Oh.
There's been a couple of whale carcasses. They've been a huge problem for us because they keep attracting bears. You know, we have to keep a sharper eye out then.
Yeah, I seen the bangers going off the other day because who is Carlin maybe was out. Was it her? Or, so many people and so many names now and so many days, but we were talking about the fort and all of a sudden boom, and we're like, oh, that must have been the musket because they fire off the musket every day. And then like a few seconds or a minute ago, boom, and I was like, oh, and she's like, okay, well usually maybe they'll fire it off twice, I don't know, and then boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's crackers.
Yeah, 4 or 5, but it was, and I was seeing the poof, and I was like, why is there a little smoke cloud out there? But it was just cracker shells. That's when you guys had the bear right at the fort.
Yeah, probably.
I should have clicked into that, but I was just had musket in my brain. And I was like, it seems odd that the puff of smoke is so far out there.
Yeah. The musket has a bit more of a thump to the cracker shells, actual crack.
Yeah. Yeah, we've heard that out here too. Every once in a while you hear that go off.
Yeah. Oh, you can actually hear the musket from here?
We can get up like almost right beside the fort.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty hardcore if you can hear it from all the way out here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it says anywhere on any of your feeds, but it's what, 12 degrees? 10, 11? It's pretty cold.
So on the new website here, I see the temperature. Sometimes my iPad's on the fritz, but they have it posted. Yeah, it's not.
Just in case people who are in warm weather are wondering why we have hats on and.
Yeah. Well, they've seen us bundling up and hunkered down. Yesterday, people weren't chatting as much. I was navigating through the waves, and the girls were freezing.
Yeah.
They didn't even want to hold the mic.
Yeah.
It was
pretty chilly up here in the wind.
Yeah, that's in the north wind is what really gets you.
Yeah, 'cause it's just coming off Arctic waters for how many kilometers?
Which is what we're getting right now.
How long's Hudson Bay? 100?
1,800 to 1,000 kilometers north-south, I think.
Is what, sorry?
Are you serious?
It's around the length of Manitoba, and Manitoba is like 1,000 kilometers.
Someone will Google it for us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we just Jurgen just posted that Cloud shared that photo from the bear at PBI's.
Nice.
Or I think it was.
Now I want to know how big the Hudson Bay is too. Damn it. I know the size of the drainage basin, but not the bay itself.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Comparing it to Lake Winnipeg because it's over 250 miles.
Okay. Yeah.
And that same idea. You get a head of steam coming up from the north with wind.
Oh yeah.
Monster waves.
And you know, you get the wind and the waves will keep coming for the day or two afterwards because they just.
I think that's kind of what we're seeing a little bit. We're still getting some wind, but those rollers are coming in.
I think the winds were supposed to be 20 kilometers today.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a lot mellow, 17 and 20 something gusts right off, like when we first got on the water.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I like when I see that because that's not bad at all.
Oh, there was a tail again.
Yeah, I'll head back over that way.
Yeah.
I might just try. I'm gonna pop up the camera and we'll cruise up towards the port a little more, and then we'll get into this kind of side.
Okay.
But this current is just too strong to be puttering up there right now.
Yeah, it's this current is something. Like right there. There's those waves.
Yeah, I'll go wide because we got the whales on this side, so I'll go wide up by the fort, and then we'll just come back down that west side of the river. So we'll cruise up and then
have a look at that reef.
Yeah, if you guys want to, in the camera, we'll check out the reef here and see some of these big waves crashing. So once we get up here, they'll be in front of us right now, and then they'll be on the starboard side once we turn to cut across over towards the fort. Okay, Hudson Bay measurements. That's quick, thanks Pan. Max length, 1,370 kilometers, or 851 miles.
Good job, Kieran. Or Jordan.
Max.
It's over 1,000.
Max width is 1,050 kilometers, or oh, it's getting hard to read in the waves. 652 miles. My eyes are watering in the wind. Surface area, 1,230,000 square kilometers.
How many thousand
my eyes are watering.
Surface area?
1,230,000, or 470,000 square miles.
Damn.
Max depth is 270 meters, or 890 feet.
So now we know why it gets cold when there's a north wind.
Yeah.
And wavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's a whale there, right in between waves.
Oh, average depth is 100 meters, 330
they
feet.
surf sometimes, don't they?
The whales?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
One time at the fort, when I was up on one of the windows taking pictures, I was watching them, and they were just grabbing those waves and surfing with them.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was a crazy wild day.
I think yesterday they were liking when we finally, it was slow until we got out here and we were in these big waves, and you could see the whales kind of they'd like fall in you, this like a big blow up toy for them in the water.
Look at those huge waves way over there. Just comes up occasionally. Oh boy.
The camera can pick up the reef pretty sharp, can't it?
Yeah, it's a good camera. It should be able to get some detail there, yeah. I'll get up, we can get a little closer yet.
Yeah.
Got some ducks in the water over there.
It's amazing. Oh, we got some ducks on the water, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. I watched Rhonda's presentation. You know, it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it might be a grebe. Now I don't even know. It could be anything.
Oh, that's right, there's lots of grebes.
Yeah.
There's a really cool bird here, the whimbrel.
Whimbrel. Oh,
It's
I
got
know
a
that
super
name.
long beak that curves down.
You always see them in the sloughs, is that the one? Or?
They're flocking up, so they're kind of all over the place. They were up at Cape Mary. They're all on the tundra. Really cool. I think they're more northern.
Is it like a shorebird though, or is it like a shorebird though?
Yeah, like they're not on the water
Yeah.
as far as I know.
Yeah. There's that reef.
I think I've seen them. I think I know what you're talking about. They pick away at.
Yeah, but super long beak that turns down.
Yeah, and they pick through the rocks and stuff on the shore.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
A lot of action happening over there.
You can see lines where the salt water and the fresh water are mixing. I love it when those are like so clearly defined, and you can see like the color difference between the salt water and the fresh water. It's so cool.
The other day you could just see the cross of the currents coming in and out.
Yeah, yesterday it was super obvious, and it was far.
Man, those are some huge
waves. Look at that
waves.
breaker.
Yeah.
That one yesterday went almost all the way out to Cockles Point.
Those are.
If my whitewater friends see that, they're coming out here.
Yeah, that one's cool. So that'll be right on our starboard side now.
Yeah.
There's just like a weird little.
That's a standing wave.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Because it's been going up and down in that same spot for a while. You know, it keeps breaking in the same area.
Oh, I have people who'll be packing their boats.
That's cool.
Yeah, well,
I think that'd be a little dangerous to that right there.
Yeah, this entire area is kind of dangerous for all that sort of stuff with the strong currents and undertow.
Crazy the people, surfers and things like that can navigate like rocky areas. I got a buddy who surfs, and there is no way I'd ever follow him out into the water with a surfboard, ever. Like, I just don't know what he'd be taking me into. Some of the water's only a few feet deep, and it's just coral or something underneath.
Lots of marks on that guy's back.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another field of clouds coming our way.
Cam back down here, and we'll cut across. Oh, they're singing a bit now.
That is immediately near the whales. I see the bear monitors. Going down, check the south end.
Is there a Sloops Cove walk today?
I don't think so. But, you know, it doesn't mean there isn't.
Have you heard of the bear monitors finding any bears yet on the Sloop Cove Trail?
They've been finding some, along the way. So, but usually before the hike itself.
Because
so
we've been looking, and we haven't. Like, I've been waiting to get lucky and see a bear.
Staying on the Button Bay side.
Yeah,
so they're a bit away from the trail.
Oh, because we can't get out to Eskimo Point, so I've just been waiting for them to slowly make their way in.
You lose your
we start to buffer, and we did find out the other day though that we can get around into Button Bay, just because the gap it's pretty minimal. Like, once you're in the bay, and we're sort of in line with the tower still, so there's a patch in there where we get signal, but it's kind of a pain in the butt, because then we lose the cameras for. Probably be, by the time we got over there, probably be 10 or 15 minutes, so it's kind of a nuisance.
That's a big project, restoring the fort.
Yeah. There's a reason it's taken, probably another 40 years to restore it.
And then they, like we were saying, they'll be starting all over again. They'll make their way all the way around and then just start back to where they first began.
Yeah. End up being an indefinite thing.
I wonder if there is any way. They gotta, I'm sure they'd know if there was, but to kind of, it's because of frost, right? Like, everything's heaving and moving, and water and stuff. So there's a way to protect against that.
They're installing drainage when they put everything back, so they're using neoprene linings and stuff to direct water certain ways to flow outwards.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully that'll stop water from pooling in there, freezing, and heaving blocks out.
Oh.
So that's the general idea behind it.
They're working at it then.
Yeah. But we'll see how well it goes.
Yeah.
Helps to have the Parks Canada interpretive guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Hello.
Well, yeah, there's...
Oh, right under us. They're going right for the camera. Hopefully they caught that on the camera.
Yeah, the visibility's a little bit better here.
Oh,
there you go.
Is the water any clearer out here?
A little bit. That one's... Well, I think you might have been biting the camera there.
Pretty murky with the crappy weather we've been having lately, I guess.
We had 2 days ago or so, it was awesome. The visibility was really good, and the whales, there's piles of them.
Nice.
It's just so up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Some days that line where you can see the freshwater mixing, it'll be like yesterday. It was way out towards Sloop Cove.
Oh wow!
And it's not usually that far, but it'll be in between there and here. And some days it's way closer to the mouth.
Yeah. I've seen that mixing line like way out into the bay before.
Yeah.
Sometimes a year.
The water temperature differs quite a bit too.
Yeah.
What's the temp in the bay for the water?
Usually around 5 degrees.
It's
Like
12. Is it about 12 in the estuary?
I was told the water only fluctuates at any time of the year. It's only like plus or minus 8 degrees.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, people.
It's all good. Yeah, I know it fluctuates between like around like 1 degree to 10 degrees type thing, depending on the time of year. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't stray outside there. But, you know, I'm not certain on the actual temperature of the bay.
Nice.
2 juvies there popping up right behind us.
Yeah.
And when you look online for the water temps, I don't know if it's saying, I'd imagine it's for the bay. So last time I checked, it was like 11.5 or 12 degrees.
Oh, really?
Wow. That was like earlier in the summer. I haven't been paying super close attention to it.
To get warmer right until September.
Yeah.
So, like right before it starts freezing up. So, yeah. It's pretty interesting. Either way, it's it's definitely hypothermia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I wonder who they got out there today. Here are a couple whales.
Can you see them?
Here are the whales. How are we doing for the mic? Is it still like too quiet?
Haven't got any.
No one's said anything yet?
No.
Yeah. Well, if it's too quiet, just yell at us.
Yeah.
I love this. Just ask a question, you get an answer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great. Everybody's very helpful. I've learned tons out here just because I'll start talking about something I have no idea about, and then bing bing.
We need a good screenshot of us, Jordan, with whales behind us.
Yeah.
Oh,
there,
boy.
that's the challenge. We're throwing down the gauntlet.
Oh boy.
So you're on that the leadership thing. You guys did some work like with the Beluga Bits project, didn't you? Or was that the
schools on board bit? Or?
Yeah. Was that the same one Heather was working on as well? Or?
No, we were doing something completely different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were doing, well, basically it was just a bunch of universities and independent researchers having their own projects running, and we were just on a Coast Guard ship going up the bay to Iqaluit.
Now, was this summer?
That was this summer, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's
That's a rough job.
Yeah, no kidding.
Someone's got to do it, right?
Yeah, that sounds like.
But it was really fun. Like, holy hell.
Amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like all over the place for what was being studied. Like there is phytoplankton, zooplankton, water clarity, CO2 content, oil degradation, you know, microbial biomes and all that sort of stuff.
Oil degradation, is that like, has there been spills up here? Or?
Not in Churchill, like specifically that I know of, but I know up north there's already been spills happening. Because, you know, last decade there's been a like 500% increase in shipping traffic through the Northwest Passage, and
that's just because of opening sea ice and stuff, right?
And 155% through the Hudson Bay increase. So, you know, no matter what, that's more oil going through. That's more higher likelihood of spills. So, you know, you gotta see how well oil degrades.
That's what the Churchill Marine Observatory is going to study
as
well. Yeah,
that's the entire point of it.
Yeah, so, Matt was saying that's gonna, because there's been very little research done in the bay, right? Up until
well, all these projects are all out there to establish baselines.
Yeah,
because it's a 10-year moratorium on oil exploration and drilling in the Arctic Ocean. I don't know, oil companies just sort of decided it because it's not very profitable yet. So
well, isn't it way up north too? They're still trying to decide who gets the claim, or who gets the oil rights.
So everybody's rushing to establish baselines so they know if something screws up.
Yeah. So how long were you on the boat for?
I was out there from the 7th, from the 7th until the 12th of July. We were gonna be out there an extra day, but we got held up the first day due to weather, so we didn't get to go out on the boat because we had to fly in to where we were landing on the boat.
Oh, okay. Oh, so is it a pretty huge boat?
Yeah, it's
Was it the Nemeo?
What?
Were you on the Nemeo?
No, it was on the Amundsen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
CCGS Amundsen. Yeah, it was. The crew is around 40 people, and there was another 40 people who were researcher staff on board, so around 80 person.
Got a couple right behind
You
us
know
here.
what? Did I say
Nice
Nemeo?
stars there.
I think that's the Lake Winnipeg boat. I meant
Probably.
the Amundsen.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a big
the
group.
Arctic research
Big
boat.
group behind us now.
Yeah, woo. We got like a full pod here.
Whole bunch more coming in behind them.
Yeah.
Seen lots of
Good
tails
size
and stuff
one.
today and flukes. 80 people, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a big boat.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think it's 100 and some meters, like, long.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are you, like, doing samples and stuff? Are you guys just covering ground and basically just pulling water samples from different locations the entire time? And
That's what it was. It was like we were taking samples like every 6 hours going up the bay from Kujawarapik, which is just southeast of the Belcher Islands, all the way to Iqaluit.
And are you fairly close to shore, or do you guys venture out?
We generally stayed within sight of shore.
Okay, so did you see lots of belugas and stuff too, or?
No, actually, there was almost no wildlife other than birds.
Oh, I was gonna ask you too if you seen bowheads or.
No.
No?
It was like, apparently there was 1 or 2 polar bears spotted, but it was like all of it one time, and someone took a picture and they found like 5 polar bears in the picture.
Oh, really?
Afterwards, so they're pretty well hidden.
Yeah. That's weird too, because right now, like from your picture, Judy, it's like a white blob and amongst green and brown, like they stand out right now.
Yeah,
But
well, it was raining out that day, so the rocks were all, and there was fog.
Yeah.
So it looks like, literally it looks like the bear was photoshopped on top of the grass.
It is a really nice picture. You should post that somewhere.
I could,
And you guys are just cruising around, just looking for, or did you get the heads up on that one?
It's who you know.
Yeah.
I got a text from a friend. Let's just say.
Got connections.
I got connections.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast word spreads in town when.
Well, and actually, the thing here is that you have to take the opportunity. So if you have a vehicle, and even if like, it was raining and everyone was sort of hunkered down, I was one of the few people out, and it's just you just go slow and you just have a camera ready and you take the opportunities. Like last year we were here and my kids decided to sleep in, and I got a text from a friend that said there's a bear on the way to Cape Mary, and 6 in the morning, you go. You throw your sweats on and you go.
I've been tempted lots, but it's been like 4:35 in the morning when you hear bangers going off just to go out and.
Well, you're already up kind of early.
I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah. I see them behind my house often enough, so I never feel the need to go searching for them.
Yeah.
Like, growing up bear season, you just look out the back window and there's bears.
Yeah.
There's polar bear alert chasing them off, but there they are.
Yeah, I haven't got up or gone out as much as I'd like to. I've been out a few times and haven't got super lucky. The last time I was out, I was trying to get a photo of a bald eagle, but those things are so tricky to.
They're hard to take pictures of.
They won't even let you anywhere near them ever. Yeah. This winter I was seeing them too when they started to migrate and show up again in the spring.
Yeah.
You never get close to them.
Oh, there's one right behind us, right in the propeller wash.
Yeah, we got still that nice group hanging out behind us.
Yeah. I gotta say about the whole word of polar bears traveling fast. Oh, wow. Oh, that one really bubbled. Yeah. Yeah, about the whole word of polar bears traveling fast. It's probably pretty good that it does. Having the community know where the bears are.
Yeah.
Karen,
they're just falling.
Yeah, just watch out for the buttons. We can move any. You guys if you need stuff in the front of the boat out of your way or anything, it's.
Buttons there. I just can't get a shot.
Oh, we got a photo from Jurgen on water temps. Here. We can.
If you want to say something.
I'm okay. We just want that screenshot with the belugas in the background. Whoa!
Oh. Sorry for distracting you there.
So the water temperature today, is, well, 11, and then it gets up to 14 degrees.
Ah.
Well, no, actually.
That river
See,
or
it
bay?
fluctuates that much? That seems crazy. I'm just, looking at, doesn't, just said, oh, sea temperature.
That's sea temperature?
Yeah, so it starts at 11 at 4 a.m. and then by, okay, so by 10 p.m. tonight it'll be 16 degrees. I wonder how deep they go, because the temperature would be fairly constant at depth, but on the surface, I guess, in the sun, it would fluctuate.
That surface layer that always gets super warm.
Yeah, it gets up to 17, 18, 19 on the 23rd. But anyways, thanks for that, Jurgen.
Yeah. Thank you.
I always wonder if I'm saying all the names on here properly.
Yeah.
There, you got a...
Oh man, we got a whole group behind us here now. See if they actually come up again though. That's some pretty interesting scarring that one has on its back.
No, there's some...
Me.
There's some beluga boogers for you.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Now you know how cold the water is, you just got some...
Yeah.
So did that boat, did it stay out longer afterwards, like when you got back, or was that only like a...
Oh, I was only on for like leg 2A, so they go for 8 weeks.
Oh really?
Like, well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, 8 weeks is around 2 months, and that's the entire ice-free season.
Oh, okay.
Or mostly ice-free.
I'd go out there just to scrub floors or something if I could go hang out on the boat the whole time.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good.
There's something I always wanted to do too. It's like a unique way to travel in places that are inaccessible due to weather.
Yeah.
A lot of times you have better luck if you could buy tickets on cargo ships. And you could go, well, basically anywhere you want in the world on a cargo ship. I don't think the tickets are like super cheap or anything. It still costs you some money, but it's kind of just a different way.
I didn't even realize they sold tickets for cargo ships.
Yeah, to get somewhere. So you're a guest on the ship, as far as I know.
I guess you just get crew accommodations type thing.
Yeah, pretty much, I think, and yeah. But I always thought that'd be fun, like just a unique way to.
Be an interesting way to travel.
Instead of flying somewhere, to just get on a cargo ship one day.
Certainly take your sweet time getting anywhere though.
But you could, pick, I guess, which. I wouldn't want to be out there for months or something, because then you wouldn't be doing anything. But just to, for a unique experience, for say even if it was a week or two, I'd be fine with that.
That Coast Guard ship goes all sorts of places though up north. Like I was only in it when I was in the bay, basically in Hudson Bay, Hudson Strait, and Frobisher Bay. But it goes like right up to Near Strait, which is in between Greenland and Canada, like Ellesmere Island up north.
Crazy.
So it goes way the hell up there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've wanted to go to Baffin Bay too. In June you can go diving there. There's a PADI center up there. And that's when the narwhals and the belugas and bowheads and they're kind of moving through the area.
It's pretty crazy.
Main mission would be to see the narwhals though.
Yeah, I was watching a video for the new Lancaster Sound protected area, marine protected area, whatever government's doing, and they had a promotion video for it, and it's just narwhals everywhere.
Really?
Really pretty.
Yeah, they're cool animals.
They're one here, hasn't there?
I'm not sure if they've been this far.
So I don't think
they're north.
I've never
they've seen them north in the bay.
Yeah.
They're the closest relative to the beluga whale.
Yeah. Like the only whales I've heard of being here are beluga, I think bowhead once or twice showing up here. And orcas. Yeah. But those guys come and scare all the belugas away, so not many people are too fond of them coming here.
Yeah, I don't know how long it takes for the belugas to recover or like to regroup after the orcas.
They don't usually come back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A couple times we've had them, the belugas just disappear for the rest of the year.
No. Really?
That's what's happened.
Oh, that's...
Because I was saying, man, hopefully
no one told me.
They said there was some orcas up north. And they weren't sure if they're going to come down, but I've been told August is usually when they make their appearance.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that'd be cool to see, but never mind.
I push the belugas into the estuary because I don't think the orcas can come in the estuary.
They just retreat, like they just leave.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Everything leaves when orcas move in. Like even great whites, like great white sharks will like flee. Yeah. I've heard it's called great white sharks fleeing from like the west coast of the U.S. all the way to Hawaii just to get away from a pod of orcas.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scary, those things. Like not scared of them. It's
really
just they're
humans,
scary predators.
Yeah.
How smart they are. They're scary smart.
Yeah, wolves of the sea and all that.
Yeah.
Are they pretty closely related to belugas too, or no? Are they?
I don't know. Ask the question.
Of what?
Are orcas pretty closely related to belugas or not?
I think they're. We had actually. I think his Pan posted a thing describing them. They'd be a toothed whale.
Yeah.
Just like then that's one of the classifications of a beluga whale, I guess, and same with the narwhal. But I'm not sure how closely related they are. But yeah, I think it was Pan. She posted something, or he. Man, I never know what the handle if it's a male or female. But so I would say it and then I catch myself at the end. But it was. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, we'd have to go look back on the forum.
Yeah.
It was really interesting though. Because we were talking about porpoise too.
Yeah.
They fall into kind of one of the same categories.
Yeah, all those marine mammals. Kind of funny that in Canada polar bears are classified as marine mammals too.
Didn't they want to make that like an official classification?
Well, it is official in Canada, as far as I know. In the U.S., they're land animals, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, most people go by the U.S. classification as land carnivores instead of marine mammals.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, grouped in with whales here.
Yeah.